Beijing plans to build a new free trade hub in the southern island province of Hainan. The move comes amid the crisis in Hong Kong. If Beijing imposes its national security law on the region, it effectively marks the end of freedom in Hong Kong, which is expected to end its role as a global business hub. In 1989, Beijing faced a similar crisis. After the Tiananmen Square massacre, the West imposed economic sanctions on China. In response, the CCP made a gesture of relaxing the economy, establishing Shenzhen City as Communist China's first free trade zone. Once a fishing village 16 miles north of Hong Kong, today Shenzhen is a major manufacturing center, a cosmopolitan hub of 12 million people. It seems Beijing is making the same moves this time.
Why would Xi Jinping launch the Hainan Free Trade Port plan at this time? I think it's very clear that he wants to copy Shenzhen.
Tang thinks the move won't be very successful for two key reasons. First, the West has learned that when Beijing loosens control economically, it doesn't alter its political motives.
Its truest purpose is to strengthen the socialist organism with the nourishment of capitalism by means of attracting foreign investment.
For decades, the theory in the West was that open trade with China would eventually lead it down a path of democratization. That never happened.
As long as the system is still in place and mainland China is still ruled by the CCP, it is simply impossible for it to change anything politically.
The second reason Tang thinks the strategy will fail is that this time the West feels threatened by the CCP more directly. Hong Kong, as a former British colony, is seen as part of the family of Western economies. Many Western nationals and businesses call it home. Beijing's national security law means the CCP has broken its promise of one country, two systems.
It made the entire Western world feel that the CCP was absolutely untrustworthy. The whole Western world feels that the CCP is a huge threat.
Today, many democratic countries are actively divesting from China. They're moving supply chains, rejecting Chinese 5G suppliers, and taking steps to fight against intellectual property theft.
You were supposed to align yourself with the free world and gain benefits from it, but the leaders of the free world are now your adversaries.
Tang says under these circumstances, it's impossible for the CCP to succeed with a new opening up policy without any real fundamental change in China.